Hi, I'm Steph from the BMW DIY Guide. Do you want to install a fender grille delete kit on your BMW? I'll show you how. All right, y'all, so let's talk about this project and the reasons why you're going to want to do this yourself, especially if you've lowered your car. Now, this is going to be for the entire BMW G80 line, so the M2s, M3s, M4s, we all have the same front fender liners. So ahead of your front tires, you have these vents that are covering the back of your auxiliary radiators on both sides. Now, those vents don't necessarily do a great job, and this is a great way to help protect them with this better metal screen. But in addition, if you've lowered your car, it is very, very common that as you turn, your wheels can hit those vents and rub. So this is a great way of actually pulling that back just a little bit, giving you just a little bit of additional room, but also better protection. I've done both. I've lowered my car a little bit and I want the additional protection. So this is going to be really straightforward and an easy install with only a few simple tools. First thing we're going to do is get the car in the air. I always say this, you can do this with a jack and jack stand very, very easily. Make sure to use a jack stand at the same time. Protect yourself in case a 50-cent part breaks, all right? So let's get it in the air and get started. All right, so as you can tell, I'm using my Roadtech powered jack. If you haven't checked out my video on that, please make sure to do so. What an incredibly useful tool. I highly recommend it. So you could potentially do this without taking the wheel off. You'd be reaching back in here to get to all of these 10mm nuts. Honestly, it's going to take you longer to do that than it is to get one side off the ground and then get your wheel off. So make sure to loosen your lug nuts on the ground. Get the tire up in the air, pull the tire off. I've already pulled all of my lugs, so I'm going to pull the tire out. And then you're just going to have a whole series of 10mm screws throughout this entire front wheel liner. Let me pull those and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so this is completely loose, so you're just going to just feed it all out and away, get it out from the fender liner, and just pull it out like that. So this is the vent that we're going to be cutting out all along here, and then we're going to use a Dremel tool to smooth out all of these edges as we go around. So go ahead and get this pulled out. Like I said, I'm going to show on just one side because the other side is going to be absolutely identical. So let me get my Dremel tool and we'll talk about cutting all of this out. All right, so the goal here is going to be to cut most of this out in the first place, and then we're going to use a Dremel and we're going to basically just bevel down and cut down all of these sides so all of the interior surfaces are smooth. You can use a pair of snips or something similar to just get in here and just start cutting the plastic out, right? And to make it easier so it's less to deal with once you have the Dremel in place. So go ahead and just walk your way around, cut all of the perimeter of this out, and then we're going to use a plastic cutting disc on a Dremel to cut all of this down nice and smooth. Okay, so get this cut out. All right, so the worst of it, as you can tell, is cut out. So it leaves some sections behind that just weren't as easy to get to with the snips. You can see there's lots of little stubs left behind all the way down this vein. So this is where we're going to use a Dremel tool and a plastic cutting disc, and then just basically just scallop off and bevel off all of these edges. Now there's a couple of pieces like here, so we can see them a little bit bigger, that aren't all the way through, so you're going to need to cut down and cut these sections out as well. They're a little bit more solid, but the cutting disc will make short work of that top and bottom. Okay, so go ahead and take all of the remaining little stubs out, get this a smooth surface. All right, so once you have all the plastic cut out, you can take the new screen and just simply hang it in place. It hangs over the lip on this side and hangs down on this side, just like this. And then from there, you can just use a punch, or you can use whatever you want to simply just mark where the holes were going to be. You could even hold this up into place and then use it and just drill straight through it to punch nice, clean, easy holes all the way through. I have a 1/8 inch drill bit in my drill. So really straightforward, so go ahead and punch 1, 2, 3, 4 holes into this once you have all the plastic cleaned off and you're ready to go. All right, so once you have all 4 holes punched, you want to put the bolts in. And I'm going to put them so on the visible side, I'll have the bolt head. So they're going to be coming through this direction. So the nuts will be on the plastic side, or on the back side, so you won't see it as much. So this is a teeny tiny 3/16 inch nut. And this is an Allen head bolt. And the irony is, I can't tell you what size it is. It is super small. Digging through my toolbox, I found a microscopic, you can tell how small that is. I found a microscopic little Allen wrench, and it's not in any of my kits, and so I can't tell you what size it is, but it's very, very small. It might be 3/16, I don't know, but it's very, very small. Okay, so go ahead and feed these through, fit all 4 in and tighten them down. Make sure to put the washers on. And if you want, you could always put a little bit of Loctite on the nuts. You probably don't need to because you can see the nylon ring on the inside, but you could always do that if you want to. Okay, so get all 4 of those in, and then we'll reinstall this side. All right, so all installed and tightened down. This looks really, really good. Not a hard install whatsoever. And this is gonna do twofold. Again, it's gonna do a better job in protecting my auxiliary radiators, but then in addition, it cuts out some of the space in here. So if you have lowered your car, you'll get less rubbing when you turn your wheels. So go ahead and get this just reinstalled, fit it back up into place over here, really, really simply. Just like this, just fit it back into the wheel well, which I'm not gonna be able to do one-handed. And then tighten down all those 10mm screws, and you're done on this side. When you put your wheel back on, fit your wheel back up into place. I'm going to use one of those wheel pins, which is really nice. You just screw it into one of the lug nut positions. It helps you guide your wheel back into place. And then remember, tighten your wheel in a star pattern. Don't torque it down while it's in the air, obviously, but get them just snug down, and we'll torque it down when it's back on the ground. I'll show you that just in a second. I'm not going to show the other side because it's going to be exactly identical. So go ahead and do the other side, get that done. Then we'll come back, we'll put the wheel back on, and we'll be good to go and done. One quick last look before we put the wheel back on, fender liners back in, all the 10mm screws are in, which is great. Like I said, I mentioned, I really love these wheel pins. It makes it really easy to guide your wheel back up on and slide it into place without trying to balance it, which is great. Put your bolts in a snug pattern, a snug star pattern, and then we'll torque it when it gets on the ground. It's 140 Newton meters to torque your lugs when you're done. All right, y'all, so go ahead and clean up and put your tools away. You can tell this is not a hard project and something that I really do recommend. Number one, I really like protecting my radiators in this car. And then two, again, if you've lowered your car, this is a great way to reduce or completely cut out wheel rubbing, which I don't know about you, but that would drive me crazy. So thank you to Matt for making such a fantastic product that's so easy to install, and I really appreciate them. Please make sure to click like and subscribe. It makes a genuine difference to my channel, and I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next project.